After configuring the settings, you will be asked what you would like to do first. There are 4 options. You can import questions from another source, and the lesson module will create a page for each question you import. You can add a cluster. You can add a group of pages with one question on each page. The 2 types of pages most frequently used are your content page and question page. The content page will add a page with content and choices available for what path to follow next. You can also add a question page. The question types are the same as the ones found in Moodle Quiz. We will start by adding a content page. You want to give the page a name in the page title field, and then you will type or copy and paste the contents in the page contents field. Now, here's where the interactivity is designed. In the Content 1 field, type the text that will be displayed in the first button. Then, you use the drop-down menu to specify what page a student will be taken to after clicking that button. You can see here there are a number of options. As you add more pages to your lesson activity, they will be included in this drop-down menu. But for this purpose, we're going to go to the next page. Now, you want to repeat this process for as many buttons as you wish. Content 2 would put another button at the bottom of the page, and so on. If you need to add more buttons, you'll need to go back to change the maximum number of answers in the lesson activity setting page. If you remember, I set mine to 10, so that is in case I come up to a place where I want the students to have more options to choose from at the bottom of the page. Now you want to click Save Page at the bottom, and here is your newly added content page. I have gone on and added a second page to our lesson activity so that we can discuss some of the editing tools and tabs up here at the top. The preview button allows you to preview the lesson activity as if you were the student and can see it. They wouldn't have these tabs up here, but as you can see, here is the progress bar that will be the placeholder for the progress bar when the student is viewing it. The edit button is where you are going to be when you are adding question pages or adding content pages. And then within each page there's some editing tools. You have the hash mark or the cross mark to move. If I wanted to edit this page again, if I found a typo, I would click on that and it pops up for me to edit the page. If you want to preview the single page, you would click the magnifying glass icon and then the red X deletes it. Now, above and below each page are where you can choose to add other pages or import questions or add a cluster. Now, I want to talk about the collapse and expanded. I have found that working in the expanded settings is easier to navigate to see where you are, but the collapsed kind of puts your lesson when you're finished as a list, and then you can check to make sure that that page jumps to the correct page. So that's kind of what the collapsed allows you to review your project as a whole. But while creating your project, working in an expanded view is the preferred method. Now we want to add a question page. You have different types of questions: essay, matching, multiple choice, numerical, short answer, and true false. The default is multiple choice. And when you add a question page, you will see that it is extremely similar to typing in a Moodle quiz question. So you would have your page title. You would also have, in the page contents, is where you want to type your question. Now, where things go different compared to the quiz feature is you would still type in your answer. Response would be the feedback they would get. You want to make sure that the jump is set correctly. So if they get the correct answer, you want them to go to the next page. Here they receive a score of 1, so now you're scoring the quiz grade. If you want to allow your students to take the quiz questions until they get them correct, then you would have in your jump to go back to that same page. Now, if you're not allowing them to retake the quiz question, then you would want to make sure you select next page or one of the pages in your lesson that you want them to go to next. So that's how you kind of do content pages and question pages, and those are the most frequently used pages. So here you can see the lesson activity we have just designed has 2 content pages and a question page. So there's how you set up content pages and question pages in lesson activity.